Welcome back to this World of Warcraft Let's Play. You're Sambo, and joining us, as always, is Seraphis, our level 34 Wargod Mage. Say g'day, Seraphis.
Our fates are intertwined.
Our fates are indeed intertwined, and of course if you joined us in the last episode, you'll know that we intertwined ourselves all the way over to here at Mirkfallon Post, where of course we have to hand in a bunch of quests. Firstly to Scout Commander Barris. Let's see what he's got to say. I'm assuming you saw the Kron'Gar hot air balloon on your way here. Yeah, we sure did. If not, get your eyes checked. It's hovering directly over the oil platform. And of course, you may remember if in the last episode here, we chose to take a bird over here rather than run along the ground. And of course, what that means is that we did get to fly over the lake and we saw the oil platform over there with the big balloon over the top. So we did indeed see that. Now, we've got this oiler's ring here, which unfortunately is no good for us at 6 agility. What else do we have? Leather, swords, yeah, so nothing we can use there. So let's look for the most expensive one. This one here, the Barris backup sword, that there is worth 47 silver. So we'll absolutely take that. And the 460 XP as well. So Gnome on the inside. Mirkfallon Lake is crawling with Horde. The Goblins have set up shop and they aren't going to leave until all the oil under Stone Talon is sucked dry. Thankfully, I have a Gnome on the inside that's been collecting information for us. If anyone knows what's going on with that bomb, it's my inside Gnome. So make your way to the Sludgewerks north of here and find Minx. She'll be disguised as a Goblin Pump Controller. Alright, we can do that, I think. And you can see here we've got a whole bunch more quests as well that have been popped up here. Scheming that sabotage. Goblins. What would this world be without goblins? I'll tell you what. Clean! Those filthy little scum suckers have planted their oil pumps all over the lake with the hope of extracting every last drop of oil that exists in Stone Talon. At each oil pump they've stationed an oil pump controller whose sole job it is to watch the pump and make sure nothing goes wrong. Something is about to go wrong. Take out the Goblin Pump Controllers and take their pump controls. Use them to overload the pumps. Alright, so that sounds interesting. Gosh, we're getting lots of quests here, aren't we? The Lumbering Oaf problem. Have you ever seen a hobgoblin? They're another vile goblin creation. Take a goblin, make it even uglier, fatter, bigger and stupider, and you've got a hobgoblin. Okay, interesting. Add to all of that a nasty mean streak and we've got a problem. Those Lumbering Oafs wander the Sludgewerks and Mirkfallon Lake, acting as muscle for the goblins. So get out there and thin them out permanently. No problem, Scout Mistress Evonia. We can do that. Now, any other quests around here? No. Okay, so let's have a look on the old map, figure out where it is we need to go. Okay, so it's slightly north of us here. You can see the Goblin Pump Controllers north, and the Lumbering Oaf problem is as well. And we've also got to get to Minx there. Now, all of this is going to be around the Mirkfallon Lake, I'd imagine. Now, I'm just also noticing over here, yep, we've got some tin over there. Lazily using the blink ability. There we go. Okay, let's be even more lazy and mount up on our lovely Darnasian Frost Saber, our striped, no, is it a Frost Saber? Yep, striped Frost Saber. We like that a lot. And here we go, Mirkfallon Lake. Now, those of you who have, oh, hang on, let's love this just in case we can get it as part of our achievement. I'm not sure if it does count or not, but anyway. Now, this here used to... Yeah, again, I don't like what they've done in this zone. I mean, it's a very pretty looking zone. You can see there. Looks awesome. I used to love coming over here because up there is Stone Talon Peak. That's up that way. And, of course, you used to have to come along here as Alliance. Get right up the top here because there's Alliance territory up the north there. But all around here and through this gap down into the... Well, what used to be the Charred Vale. I don't know what it is yet. We haven't been there and it's uncovered on the map, but all around here used to be super high populated, full of griffins and all sorts of really unique. There used to be a rare that floated around here. I don't understand what they've done. They've stripped it all out. There used to be so much to do around here, so much activity. You absolutely could not just run around here. And again, if you have played since vanilla days, I know I keep saying this, but you'll absolutely recognize this. Up here, there used to be branches across the road, if you remember, and that takes you all the way up Stone Talon Peak, up that path up there. And in fact, now let's go and have a quick look at that, by the way. Might bring back some memories for you. And we'll just grab this ore along the way. Tin vein. Yeah, get up there. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. Oh, no, that's horrible. Okay, there we are. Alright, so, oh, Sorrowwing. Okay, that's what used to be around here all the time, all those sort of things. Let's actually take that guy down, level 28. He's a rare. I think he's the rare that used to actually float around here. That's interesting. So, okay, they've kept the rare here. And look at that, we've got ourselves some green items that drop off a rare, of course. And these ones are, oh, that's interesting, +9 frost spell damage. Very interesting. Okay, alright, that's going to be a tough one because we will lose 4 intellect. Somehow I think they may be actually better off on the auction house. I know that seems a bit weird, but yeah, alright, and we're going to skin poor old Sorrowwing there. Anyhow, we just want to ride up here a little bit because I want to show... Oh, and by the way, look at that. We've got some... Look, you see the lift going up and down? You probably can't on the YouTube video. That's some Tauran architecture up there, some Horde stuff. Right ahead of us there, obviously, is part of the Horde outpost. That I don't remember that being there. I mean, I remember there being a Horde outpost here, but absolutely not a lift like that. So that's interesting. Anyhow, up there... That's, gosh, I've got memories of running up that road all the way to the top up there of Stone Talon Peak. So it runs all the way through the top, through the center of the zone and ends up here at Stone Talon Peak. Yeah, this is really sad, to be honest, because I really don't like what they've done with this zone. They've stripped it out. I mean, I guess it's part of the storyline where the goblins have come in and kind of deforested the whole area, I suppose, and they've stripped it all dry. You'd think, though, that there would be still a lot more mobs around. It's very barren. I mean, you can see, apart from Sorrowwing, all we've seen is the odd Kalimdor Eagle, and of course we've got this. What do we got here? Yep, we've got these Sludgewerks, the Goblin architecture, and there we go, the Lumbering Oafs as well. Let's kill this Kalimdor Eagle here. There we go, discovered the Sludgewerks. Now, if you have played a Goblin, you will absolutely recognize the music here. So basically, we are in a Goblin Zone, and this is what the Goblin architecture looks like. And that soundtrack there is the Goblin starter area soundtrack, and that's what you'll get whenever you enter a Goblin Zone. Now, again, a lot of people have asked, hey, what's it like? I don't know what starting zone to do in the game. Do I do a Draenei? Do I do a Goblin? Do I do a Worgen? Whatever. A lot of people ask about the Goblin. Do you know what? Goblin is crazy fun. It's nuts. It's very immature and childish and full of stupid humor, and it's actually really, really fun, to be honest. Now, by the way, they are PvP there, and that is actually a proper Goblin outpost there. So if I attack these guys, you can see that they're up the top there. They've actually got the PvP flag. Yep, so if I attack them, it's going to flag me as PvP as well. So look, this part is all very cool. Oh, there we go, we've got the Lumbering Oaf. We definitely need those. So like this Goblin area, it's all very interesting, especially compared to the rest of the zone. But again, they've really stripped the whole area out.
We need to target something first.
Alright, there we go. 1 out of 10 of the Lumbering Oafs there. They've really stripped this area out, and I just don't like it as much. I mean, it's cool over here. You can see all of the Goblin stuff, and of course we've got ourselves an oil platform there and the hot air balloon as well. So this part of it is kind of cool, and it's all new. Of course, this never used to be here prior to the Cataclysm, and I do like the style of this and the look of it, and it's all nice and busy. However, over that other side, it's just barren. There's nothing over there. Seriously, I'm so upset. I used to, over there, anyway, over that side of Mirkfallon Lake, I used to do so much questing, and then you'd go through that gap straight ahead of us over there, And again, that would basically take us down here through this pathway and here into the Scarred area, the Scarred Vale or whatever it's called, Charred Vale I think, come to think of it now. It'll be really interesting to see if that area is still there, because basically that for me means all those memories are gone now. Well, they're stuck as a memory, I guess. Don't know why they'd do that. There was way more, basically what I'm trying to say is there was way more content prior to the Cataclysm in this zone. It's just very bizarre. Nice green sword there, by the way. It will pick up and pop on the AH. You can see it there. Fighter broadsword of the Tiger. Nice big one. Alright, and of course, that's a caster there, Goblin Pump Controller. And of course we can interrupt her. Oh, and she's got an Orbital Support Shredder there. Now if you haven't seen a female Goblin player character before, which is very similar looking to this NPC here, we'll show you that up close in a second. Alright, we'll zoom right in, and there we go. Oh look, it's got little pigtails and the Goblin. Alright, she's looking a bit dead though, don't you think? Alright, now, what do we got here? We've got this Goblin Pump Controller, which of course is part of the quest here. It overloads a nearby pump, but blows up the controller in the process. Now, you can see that that's actually appeared up there in our quest tracker. I presume this is a Goblin Pump. So let's see if this works. Yep, looks like it. Yikes, it's going nuts. Look at that. It's caught up. Whoa! Whoa, okay. That is definitely destroyed. That was very cool. 1 out of 4 of the oil pumps destroyed there. There's another one down there. And there's a Lumbering Oaf, of course, both of which we need. And that's what we like to hear as well. The good old sound of clear casting there. Give us basically a free shot. And using the good old arcane explosion there just to finish off. Must say this is a pretty cool looking area around here. Maybe we'll get ourselves a little screenshot there with all of the detail that's going on. There we go. Alright, there's another Lumbering Oaf that we didn't quite see before. Let's take him down. So yeah, this is more like it, folks. This is more like the sort of content I like in a zone. Really interesting to look at. Lots of different types of objectives to do all the time. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, that Stone Talon Mountain certainly is lacking in that department in the moment, if you ask me. It never used to. Anyway, here we are, Goblin Pump Controller. Locking her down there. I think that stops her from some... Oh no, there it is, Orbital Support Shredder. And of course, if you play StarCraft 2, or in fact any StarCraft 1 or 2, you'll know that that is absolutely a play on, well, and you guys know. I surely don't have to tell you about that. But of course that makes sense, given that StarCraft 2 is also by Blizzard. Alright, here it goes, overloading the oil pump. Boom! There we go, 2 out of 4 of those destroyed. And once again, there we go with our fish finder. We've got the greater sage fish school there showing up, which is just great. Absolutely love the fish finder. Alright, so where are we now? We need to find some more of these Goblin Pump Controllers, because we actually need... What do we need? 4 of the oil pumps destroyed. And there goes the Orbital Support Shredder, already come down, even though we'd already killed its master. Alright, good stuff. Another pump about to be blowed up. Oh my god, that sound, by the way, that's the sound of the Fell Reaver from the Burning Crusade. Oh my god, that brings back horrible memories. And of course, we'll ultimately get that far and you'll be able to see what a Fell Reaver is. For those of you who haven't played WoW before, let me just say this. Its sound is enough to make you quake in your boots, quite literally. Hearing that sound, it sends shivers down my spine, seriously. Alright, so yeah, definitely these goblins have messed up the lake, there's no doubt about that. Nasty goblins. And down comes the Orbital Shredder.
Target something first.
And that Frost Nova there was enough to actually finish it off. Alright, so last one of these, the scheming that sabotage. There we go, last one of our Goblin Pump Controllers there. Let's see if it blows us back into the water. Overload, 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 and boom! And yes, we get thrown into the water. And I do love the new water in the game too, by the way. It's just fantastic. The actual volumetric state that it's in there, you can see actually create ripples. And of course the nice effects underwater. It's all sort of cloudy and murky. You really do feel like you're swimming around underneath in a lake. I love it. Alright, what's that? Some kind of goblin barge by the looks of things. I wonder if we can get on there. We can. Alright, what are we after? Lumbering Oafs, that's what we need. Now let's recast our molten armor as well. Let's not let that run out like we did in the last episode. Terrible, terrible. Alright, Lumbering Oaf, and of course we can cast from the water, so no problems there. There we go, 6 out of 10. And what the heck, let's take out these Goblin Pump Controllers anyway, just because they're fun. Why not? And we might get another Orbital Thingo drop down perhaps. And there it is, as Vista has a spaz as usual. Oh dear, it really is having a spaz. Look at that, 1 frame per second. Oh, I wish I knew what it was doing. Oh no, and it's come back. There we go, it just has tanties from time to time. Right. Anyhow, we'll just carry on around and we might as well keep taking down these controllers, because you can see here they're level 27 on the portrait there up the top, which of course means that we are getting XP for them. So hey, XP is XP, right? Why the heck not? And of course we're going to come across the Lumbering Oafs in the meantime anyhow. And you never know what you might pick up. I mean, you can see there we actually got some silk cloth, which is cool. That's going to help out for our first aid. Alright, 3 more to go there. 7 out of 10 of the Lumbering Oafs done. There's one way over there. Whoops, accidentally cast off my wand then. Didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Eight out of 10 of our Lumbering Oafs. Let's grab this oil pump controller, and I did it again. Hang on, have I messed up the buttons or something? No? Okay, I'm just... My finger aim is terrible today, apparently. Alright, good. It's very good getting that silk cloth, by the way. There we go, finally hit the right button.
They don't have a target.
9 out of 10, and let's get that Kalimdor Eagle as well. Why not? Not much of a match for us, unfortunately, but we do get some small eggs off it. And of course, you might remember me saying a while ago that small eggs are really, really good in terms of being sold on the AH, and especially as it comes up to Christmas time, because a lot of the Christmas recipes actually use small eggs. And on the auction house, it starts going nuts in terms of the price. People pay an absolute fortune for those eggs, so stock them up during the year and you'll be well pleased with yourself that you did. Lots of money to be made. There we go, 10 out of 10 of the Lumbering Oafs. And you can see now we've got this Gnome in side quest. We have to go and seek out Minx, who is disguised as a Goblin Pump Controller at the Sludgewerks in the Stone Talon Mountains. So, Minx, we're coming for you. Fear not. And there I go again, using the wand. What an idiot. What am I doing? And good old Goblin music. You know what? It does bring back memories for me of when Cataclysm came out, because I rolled one of every single toon, and I absolutely loved the Goblin area. Not as much as the Worgen area, but it was certainly lots and lots of fun. It's like I say, just kind of stupid, immature fun, full of jokes, but bright and colourful. This shot here with these lights, that is absolutely something that's very reminiscent of the Goblin starting zone, and especially once you get yourself through, let's take a screenshot of that because I love it, especially once you get yourself through to Azshara, you'll see a lot of this. And in fact, you know what, we really should do that, because the Goblin starting area, not only is it just fun, but when you actually end up in Azshara, that is an awesome zone as well. It's been completely reworked, and there's actually, you know what, I'm not going to give away any of the secrets there, but I don't know, part of me thinks we should probably, I don't know, I'd just really like to take a break from Seraphis here to show you the Goblin starting zone, because it's just so crazy fun. And as is Azshara, and again, Azshara has changed so much. If you've ever quested through it back in the day, you'll know that there wasn't much there. Now it's pretty much been taken over by the Goblins, and there's lots of really, really fun, whoa, look at that coming down, that's so cool. Really fun quests to do over there now, as part of the Goblin storyline, of course. And look at that, did you see that? The little guy actually falls out. I didn't notice that before. That is hilarious. Little Goblin actually falls out the top of the control there. Brilliant. Alright, what do we got over here? Goblin Pump Controller. Using our counterspell there, of course, to lock him down. Alright, so we're trying to find Minx. There we go. Look at this, a yellow one. Goblin Pump Controller. She's a little gnome, and she's got herself a Goblin mask on. I'm trying to, let's zoom right in and see if we can see this.
Yo.
And she's even got the Goblin male voice. Can you believe? Okay, that is pretty funny.
What's up? Talk to me.
Oh, alright, I like that. That's funny. That's good. Alright, let's have a chat to that Goblin Pump Controller. Get in here and hug a wall. I can't risk blowing my cover. Alright. It's up there. Listen, I've been tracking this bomb since you rescued me in Ashenvale. Whatever they're doing with it is going to happen real soon. At the top of the large oil rig is a control room. Inside that control room, you'll find a Kron'Gar Log Book. That logbook is the key to where this bomb is heading. Get up there and get the logbook, bring it back here, and I'll decipher it for you. So we've got to go and steal the Kron'Gar Log Book. Alright. Where is that? I'm imagining it's up the top of the platform there. Yep. And we'll highlight that. That's where we want to head. Now, how do we get up there? Okay, over this way. Let's blink. Oh, you know what, folks? Seriously, this music and seeing all this Goblin stuff, it really, really, really does make me want to do a Goblin. Maybe, look, please let me know in the comments below. How would you feel if we took a little break from Seraphis? Not long. Just long enough, basically, to play through the opening starter area of the Goblins, and possibly through Azshara as well. Now let's have a look on the map and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if we go right out here, we go into the middle here, we've got the Lost Isles and Kazan. Now these places are the Goblin starting areas, and they're very cool. Really, really, really like them. Especially Kazan. That is just uber fun. Seriously, it is just so much fun, it's not funny. The Lost Isles are a great quest line as well. And then once you come out of there, you head all the way over here to Kalimdor, and you can see here is Azshara, where I'm sure I've pointed this out before. You can see they've actually made the zone into, well, they've reshaped it a little bit. It was always kind of this shape, but it just so happens that they've refined it now into the shape of the Horde symbol, which is very cool. And we do a bunch of questing in there as well. So, I don't know, I just, gosh, again, hearing that music, Yeah, hearing that music and seeing all of the Goblin architecture really makes me miss that area and brings back memories of when I first got Cataclysm, when it came out late last year. In fact, it's nearly a year now, I'd imagine. Getting up on a year that it actually was released. Gosh, I remember hanging out for that. And I remember going down and queuing up at midnight for my collector's edition. Oh, good times, good times. Gosh, doesn't time absolutely fly past so quickly? I remember taking photos of my unboxing of the collector's edition of it all. I believe it's been a year almost already. And of course, still absolutely loving this game, without doubt. Alright, so we need to find our way up top. I'd imagine, what are we looking for? The Kron'Gar Log Book. Oh, okay, so are we as high as we can go? No, we can go higher. So it looks like over there is where we need to go, is it? No? Up here maybe? Ah, right, okay. Took a slightly wrong turn there. Right, he definitely took a bit of a beating. Oh, and that's why you can see he's actually level 28. And look, by the way, all of this fighting, look at this down the bottom here. You can see if we hover over it, we are actually 99% of the way through level 34. We are going to ding level 35 very quickly, folks. Whoop, out of line of sight. Let's lock him down. And the Orbital Support Shredder. Seriously, that's pretty funny. Definite play on another game there. Good old sound of clear casting. And one good fireball to the head, taking him out. And there we go, folks. We have reached level 35. Congratulations, Seraphis. It says there that we've got a new talent point available as well. So we'll absolutely have to go in and check that out. I don't think... Let's have a look. I don't think it's going to give us any new spells. You can see there, no. So Mage Ward is at level 36. That's next. And nothing in the flame, in the fire tree or in the frost tree there. That's coming up very quickly. But we do have ourselves a talent point, so that's great. Oh, and it looks like, yep, that looks like it's the sort of controller's hut up there. That's where we need to head in order to get this logbook. And there it is, the Orbital Shredder. So funny. Yep, I'm absolutely... Look, it's so funny because, you know, questing around in Stone Talon, it's been a little bit lame, to be honest, so far. This area here is completely making up for it, mind you. But again, it's really getting me hankering for playing the good old Goblin area because there's just so much fun stuff to do there. Okay, here we go. Kron'Gar Log Book. It's up there. There it is. Alright, our tasks are done. Let's have a look on the map. Everything is okay. Oh, that's lucky. I was about to head back to the Mirkfallon Post there. But of course, what we have to do is head back to our mate in disguise over here and hand in. Let's see if we can jump down into the lake. Fortunately, it was nice deep water. Yay! Oh yeah, that music is absolutely taunting me to go and play. Seriously. Gosh, I might have to roll another Goblin myself.
have the target.
Lots of silk cloth there. We'll be able to definitely rank up our first aid as well. So looking forward to doing that. All right, here we go. In disguise. There we go. Did you recover the logbook? We sure did. Oh no, they plan to test the bomb at Thal-Dara Grove. Okay, I'm not sure where that is, to be honest. Excuse me, that's the school for young druids located in the heart of Battlescar Valley. You've got to return to Barris with this information. Master Thal-Dara must be warned. There we go. Run, get out of here, Seraphis. Get back to Barris and inform him of what you've discovered. He'll arrange for you to get safely across Battlescar Valley. Battlescar Valley to the Thal-Dara Outlook. It's not too late to save those young druids. Return to Scout Commander Barris at the Mirkfallon Post in Stone Talon Mountains and... oh, look at this! Finally we get some good stuff, some newsbearer gloves there, and they are actually going to give us an extra intellect and some extra arm as well, so absolutely we'll take that. So I think what we'll do is we'll get ourselves back to a relative safety, leaving this very cool Goblin Zone. Again, nasty Goblin Zone. Nasty, nasty, making me want to go and roll another Goblin. So again, folks, please let me know in the comments below, what would you think about us taking a little break and rolling some crazy Goblin stuff, doing some crazy Goblin starter area quests, and going into, of course, the Lost Isles and then into Azshara. Seriously. Especially, of course, if you haven't seen a Goblin before. Maybe you might be interested in that zone if you haven't picked up Cataclysm. Alright, back to the Mirkfallon Post. We're nearly there. Let's not forget about our talent point either, by the way, before we log out for the end of the episode. I think what we'll do is we'll leave the hand-ins for now, seeing as we have run out of time. We'll set ourselves up by the fireplace here and sit ourselves down. There we go, and let's have a look. N, of course, brings up our talent tree. You can see there we've got one unspent talent point. What have we got to spend it on? We've got, what is this? Arcane Flows. Reduces the cooldown of your Presence of Mind, Arcane Power, and Invisibility spells by 12%, and the cooldown of your Evocation spell by 1 minute. Ooh, that's very tempting. That's very handy there. And of course, the Presence of Mind is this one here, which is basically allowing us to do a long cast, make it an instant spell, an insta-cast, and that's currently on a 2-minute cooldown, so we lose a whole minute out of that cooldown, which is great. Arcane Power as well. Now, do we have Arcane Power? I don't think we have it at the moment, do we? Let's see, Evocation. No, we don't. Let's just double check that in our Arcane. Here we go. Double check it in our spellbook. Arcane Specialization. No, so Arcane Power. Don't know where that is. No, can't see it. Anyway, that's probably something we'll get later on. So that's very, very good, that one. What else do we have over here? Prismatic Cloak reduces all damage taken by 2%. That's not bad. And reduces the fade time of your invisibility spell by 1 second. No, I don't think we want that either. What's this one? 2 out of 3. Increases your spell haste by an extra %, taking it to 3% there. I guess spell haste is pretty important. I think we better take that one, get it out of the way now, because we're going to need that more and more as we start doing more runs. Now, speaking of runs, of course, we are now level 35. If we open up the dungeon finder here and go to the specific dungeons, you'll know that we've basically got 2 levels worth here to get through to until we can do the end of the Scarlet Monastery in the graveyard there. If we go past level 36, we will no longer be able to join it in the queue. So perhaps we've got a Scarlet Monastery graveyard run in our very near future. But once again, folks, in the meantime, let me know if you'd like me to maybe start up a Goblin and at least do the very starting area of there. See what you think. I'd be very keen on your thoughts around that. In the meantime, of course, certainly hope you enjoyed that Goblin-filled episode. Certainly hope you'll join us in the next episode. On behalf of myself, Sambo, Seraphis, our now level 35 Worgen Mage, it's us saying take care. Hope you're having a great day wherever in the world you may be, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.